we start the second chapter of the real number. In that second chapter, we will be discuss about the root of the positive rational number. In a previous 8th standard, you will be learn how we can find out the root of the positive rational number. We get some examples. So, in that example, we get first the fourth root of the 2. We can find out the value of the fourth root of the 2. Then how we can find out the value of the fourth root of the 2? By using the rule of the indices. In the rule of the indices, we can see them. The 2 are shown. Their indices is the 4, and that is why 2 are multiply himself for the fourth time. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Then after that, we get the product. 2 into 2, 4. And again, 2 into 2 is the 4. And we have again gained 4 into 4 is the 16. That means 2 raised to 4 or 2 fourth root, the value at the indices 4, the value is the 16. Then after that, if we have find out the fourth root of the 16, if the fourth root of 16, then we can write down by radical sign. We can write down by using the radical sign. We can get this way. That means 16 is the fourth root. When we can get factorize the 16, then we can get factorize the 16. That means 4 into 4. We get the value 4 into 4. Again we can factorize that 4. So when we can factorize that 4 again, then the 2 into 2, and we have again factorized that 4, we get 2 into 2. That means we get the fourth time product of the 2. We can again write down 2 raised to 4. At the degree, radical sign is the 4. When we can convert them, when we can remove that radical sign, then we can donate the indices in their rational number, and when we have multiplied them is the 4 raised to into 1 by 4. Then that 4 and that 4 are get cancelled, and we get the value is the 4, and that is why the 16, fourth root of the 16 is the 2. So in this way, we can easily find out the root of the any positive rational number. We get the another example. Another example is that find the fourth root of 625. Find the fourth root of 625. We can find out by this way. We know then what is the fourth root of the 625. We consider about it. Suppose the fourth root of 625 is x. Suppose the fourth root of 625 is the x. So we get the value x raised to 4 is equal to, in radical sign, 625 at the degree 4. So we get the value x raised to 4 is equal to 625 x raised to 4. Oh, sorry. X is equal to, in radical sign 625 radical degree 4, x is equal to 625. So we can factorize that 625 in a two product form. Then the 25 into 25. 25 into 25. Again, x is equal to, we again factorize that 25. That means 5 into 5. We again factorize that 25. 5 into 5. The radical sign is the 4. So therefore, x is equal to, in radical sign, how many times 5 are given in their product form? There are the 4 times. That means we can write down the 5 raised to 4 in radical sign, and their order is the 4. So when we can remove that radical sign, we get 5 raised to 4 into 1 by 4. Why we get that rational number in a previous standard? We can learn them. If the any nth root of the a, then we can indicate in their indices form by using the rational number, and that is why 5 raised to 4 in that radical sign into, when we can remove that radical sign, then that 4 are converted in their indices in the form of the rational number. Then that 4 and that 4 are get cancelled, and we get x is equal to 5. So x is equal to 5. That means the fourth root of 625 is the 5. We get the answer. Therefore, the fourth root of 625 is 5. So we can find out the root of the positive rational number. If we never find out the root of the any positive rational number, what happens? If we are never find out the root of the any positive rational number, in here we can convert them in their product form, and in that product form we can see them the same numbers are available in a multiplication product form, and if the same numbers are not given in their multiplication product form, so what happens? We can discuss about by getting the different examples. So the example is, find the third root of 21. Find the third root of 21. Okay? We again get, we are never know who is the third root of 21. Suppose the third root of 21 is 8, because consider that the third root of 21 is the 8. So therefore a is equal to, in radical sign is the 21, and we can find out the third root, and that is why we can get the 3 in their upper one side. So we again convert that 21 in their multiplication product form in a two different numbers. So we can convert that 21 in a 3 into 7, that form. So in that product form, we are never see the two like numbers. In here we are seeing the 21 are get the product of the 3 and 2, and therefore we are never get the any one single number in their repeated and that is why we are never solve again at the next, and therefore we are never find the third root of 21. We are never find the third root of the 21, and therefore we can write down 10 is the third root of the 21 is the irrational number. We are say about it. It is the irrational number. So when we can find out the any root of the any one composite number or the any one whole number, we get the value is the irrational number. So that numbers we have called it is the surds. We have called it is the surds, and that is why we can say about it the 21, third root of the 21 is a surd. So what is meant by surds? By getting the definitions and different examples. So the next topic is the surds, and in Marathi we can call them is the curly. So what is meant by surds? By getting the example. The square root of 25. So the square root of the 25 we can be putting down in the radical sign, and we get the 2 at the head. When we can be convert them in their product form is the 5 into 5. We see them 5 are get repeated at the twice, and then we can be write down in the rational indices form from this way, and we can be cutting down the 2 from each other, and we get the value is the 5. So therefore 5 is the rational number. That means if we have write down in the general form, A is the any one radicals and the n are there in their root degree, and we can find out the nth root of the A, and if nth root of the A is a rational number, then that numbers we never call them is the surds, is the rational number. So we have called it is not a surds. Why we have called it is not a surds? Because of we get the value is the rational number, and if we get the value is the irrational number, then we have called it is the surds. So we get the example again. The third root of 9. So the third root of 9 we can be write down in the radical sign, and when we have convert them, so in their conversion we can be see them the 3 are repeated at only the 2 times. If we can be get 3 in their repetition for the multiplication form at the 3 times, then we can be say about it. Then we can be write down in the indices form. So indices form is 3 raised to 2, and at the radical sign is the 1 by 3, and we are never find out their value. So that value is the third root of the 9 is the irrational number. is the irrational number, and therefore we are say about it in the radicand a, and we can find out the nth root of the radicand a is the irrational number. So we have called it is the surds. Therefore it is a surds. So according to that two examples, we get the definition of the surds. What is the definition of the surds? A is the any positive integers. A is the any positive integers. Sorry, A is the any positive rational number, and n is the any positive integers greater than 1. And if the value of that radical is an irrational number, then we have called it is the surds. So we get the actual definition of the surds. What is the actual definition of the surds? If radicand A and n is the root in which A is belongs to a rational number, and n is belongs to integers which is greater than 1, in which A is belongs to rational number. That means this A is a rational number, and that n is belongs to integers. Which integers is a greater than 1? The value of that is irrational number. The value of that is irrational number are called surds. When we get the value of that radicand A in their nth root, and we get the value of the irrational number, so we have called it is the surds. So in that surds we can be indicate in their mathematical form. So in that mathematical form we are calling that symbols. This symbol is the radical sign. We have called it is the radical sign. A is called the radicand, and n is called as their degree. In the mathematical symbol, radical sign A at the nth root, in them, that sign is called as the radical sign, A is called as the radicand, and n is called as their degree. So when we can get the value of them is only and only the irrational number. If we get the value of the rational number, so we have never called it is a surds, and if we get the value of that radicand is an irrational numbers, then we have called it is the surds. So according to that two examples, we get the definition of the surds. The next is a type of surds. So how we can find out, or how we can say about it, that type of that surds. In a surds we can see them n is their order, and in that surds if we get the value of that n, then we can say about it which type of surds it is. Therefore the depends on the value of n. The type of surds is depends on the value of n. So the first one is the quadratic or square surds. So what is meant by quadratic or what is or the square surd? Square, just only focus about that word square. Then what is the degree of that square? Then we can say about it square, that means the 2. Where we can get the value of the n is a 2 in a surds, that surds is called as the quadratic or the square surds. The degree of the order of a surd is 2. The degree of the order of a surd is a 2. Then that surds are called quadratic of the square surds. Quadratic oblique square surds. Or in a example of that surds, if the order are not given, that surds are also called as the quadratic surds, because we know them. How we can say about it? It is a surds, the value of the n is greater than 1. The value of the n is greater than 1, and if the order are not given, then we are consider about it the order or the degree of that surd is a 2, and that is why that surd is also called as the quadratic surds. The another definition is that the order oblique degree of a surds in the example are not given is also called quadratic oblique square surds. We get the examples. Examples 3. Surds 3. The order is not given, but according to the definitions, we can see them. If in example order or degree are not given, then we have also called them. It is the quadratic of the square surds, because of the value of the n is greater than 1, and in here the order is considered about it the 2, and that is why the surds 3 is also called as the quadratic of the square surds. Then another one, the 10, and in here the order 2 are given. If any one example the order 2 are given, then we have also called them. It is the quadratic of the square surds. So all these are the different example of the quadratic of the square surds. So the second type is the cubic surds. So what is meant by cubic surds? The degree or the order of the surds is a 3. The degree or the order of the surd is the 3. That surd is called as the cubic surds. The degree oblique order of a surd is 3, then that surds are called cubic surds. We get the different examples. In the different example, that means the order 3 are almost given. The surds for you, order 3, that surds is called as the cubic surds. We get the different example. The surds 101, the order 3 is called as the cubic surds. So in this way, we can find out the two types of the surds. The next is the simplest form of surds. In the simplest form of the surds, we get the first different examples. So in a different example, we think about the surds 125. In that surds 125, when we can convert them in the general form of the surds, in that general form of the surds, we get the value of the A is the 125 and the order of that surds is the 2. That means we are converting that 125, but we are never forget about that 2. That means we get the product form of the 125. In that product form of the 125, we are find out the square root of the any one number in that product. So we are convert that 125 in that product form. So the 125 are come in a row of the 25. 25, 5 are 125. We can write down that 125 in the product form of the two numbers is the 25 into 5. We are again convert that 25 in their factor or in their product form. We know then that 25 are come in a row of the 5. 5 are 25. So we get the factor of the 125 is the 5 into 5 into 5. We know then that any one numbers are show their repetition as the twice in their factors. Then we are write down in this form 5 raised to 2 into 5. 5 raised to 2 into 5. Then we are separate them in their product form. That means 5 raised to 2 into radical sign. We are again write down the 5. We know that each and every time the order is the 2. That means 5 raised to 2 into, when we are remove that radical sign, then that 2 are convert in the form of the indices in the rational form. But in here that radical sign are never removed and we are write down at the same. Then that 2 and that 2 are cancelled to each other. So the 5 into radical sign 5 in that 2. Then we are write down that 5 in the coefficient form of that radical sign is the 5 surds 5 order 2. And that 5 we are again factorized. So we are never again factorize that 5 and that form is called as the simplest form of that surds. This form is called as the simplest form of that surds. That means when we are never factorize the radicand again in their simplest form, that form of the surds is called as the simplest form of the surds. In here we are seeing the 125 is the surds, and when we are trying to factorize the then we have seen the only 5 are in the radicand form and that 5 we are never factorized again, and therefore that form of the surds is called as the simplest form. We get a different example with changing the order. We get the second example is the 54. In that 54, we get the order is the 3. And when we are convert them in the general form, so we get the value of the A is the 54, and we get the order is the 3. So we are trying to factorize the 54. So how we can factorize the 54? According to the definition of the factors, we have factorized them to divide the smallest prime number. Who is the smallest prime number? 2 is the smallest prime number. So first we are divide that 54 by to the 2. That means 54 are come in any one number row. At the second position, yes, the 54 are come in a row of the 27 at the second position. That means 27 2 r is the 54. We are get 27 into 2. Then we are trying to again factorize that 27 and 2. So 2 are never again factorized. The 27 are again factorized. We are again factorize the 27. So the 9 into 3 into 2. We are again factorize the 9. We get the 3 into 3 into 3 into 2 at the order 3. We get the product of the 3 at the 3 times. So we can write down in the surds 3 raised to 3 into 2. That means we are separate them. 3 raised to 3. The surds are separated and the surds 2 are also get separated. Then we are remove that radical sign. Then that 3 are converted in the indices form of the rational form. Then the 3 surds 2. That 3 are get cancelled. We get the 3 into surd 2. We write down them in the coefficient form. So we are again seeing that 2 are never again factorized, and that form is also called as the simplest form. So according to that two different examples, we get the definitions. We get the definition. The definition is when we never factorize the radicand again in their simplest form, in a source, that source are called simple form of source. That source are called simple form of source. In that example, that 5 is a radicand. We are never factorized in their simplest form, and that 2 we are again never factorized in their simplest form, and that is why that form of the source is called as the simplest form of source.